Corruption cases is actually a serious issue that can affect entire country, and it happens when some people misuses their position for personal gain, whether it's in public or private sector. Corruption weakens trust in important institutions, distort markets, and also can slow down our country's economic growth. And recently, it happens a lot of time, so we must stay focused and recognize all these cases, whether it's affect directly to us or someone we know. Talking about corruption, it actually leads to some consequences. For example, it will hurt our country economy and it will slow down our country's development. Besides that, it will also cause social problems and also break public trust. Lastly, it will affect political stability by allowing some corrupt individuals to prioritize their interests above than the people that they should be serving. So what can we do about corruption cases? Be alert, be informed is the first step of fighting against them.
To introduce the Corruption Perception Index in Malaysia. Well, the Corruption Perception Index in Malaysia is about 50%, which 2/3 of that is below 40%, so it's very comparatively clear in Malaysia that it's with the potential probability to leverage a more clean index and providing more contribution within this country. And we're going to get real self-discipline and self-trustworthy for the people we live here and make more justice life for the future. So back to the research that we made, it's about the domestic crime about scandal, which the name is Prime Minister Najib Razak. And it began with 2009, which had a significant implication from politics, banking, and entertainment. Its allegation has been called the largest kleptocracy from the banking and entertainment, which dates by FBI. So the companies across the Western continent and Eastern continent, which is from the American company called Goldman Sachs and from the Arab company called Imran. And it has launched 2.67 billion ringgit.
The 1MDB scandal is the biggest financial fraud in Malaysian history, stealing billions of money, which is meant for Malaysia's economy, caused loss of public trust in governments and officials that were responsible for it, took a big hit on our economy's growth. This scandal has not only completely tarnished a political party's image, but it has caused many Malaysians to believe that the party is associated with corruption. This creates a split within the party as some leaders began to distance themselves to avoid legal consequences, whereas for some leaders began to start their own political structure. This example of the situation demonstrates the urgency to foster a global collaboration to combat corruption. Mismanagement of the country's economic and finance would increase Malaysia's financial debt, as this will cause major harm to the economy of Malaysia.
Malaysia has one of the largest money laundering scandals in the world, but it also has the MACC, which stands for Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, and it is one of the largest agencies that is in the effort of curbing corruption in Malaysia. The MACC stands on these three principles as its function: professionalism, transparency, independence.
The first step is to promote transparency and accountability. Every company must be completely transparent with their earnings and revenues. Government officials and private sector workers must make sure that they help one another to report any illicit activities, such as receiving gifts and giving out gifts. Second step, we must always conduct due diligence and perform background research. Every working member must go through a certain investigation stage to make sure that the person is not involved in any illegal activity. The third step would be validate compliance regularly. Rules and regulations must be implemented internally. It is very important to make sure that third-party valuers will have to play their roles in making sure that companies and conglomerates do not accept or condone any forbidden activities.